Okay, when I talk about organizing your session and color coding it, they are related. So some of you already have some kind of default settings, either left behind from someone else, but we're going to gain control of what our sessions look like. So I have defaulted my current session to the straight up gray. So all my tracks basically look the same. If you look down on the bottom here, these footers, you'll see that, instrument tracks are typically this kind of brownish color. Aux inputs are green, your master fader is red. If I were to make an audio track, it has a blue color to it. If you double click on that footer, you get this greater color palette customization window. And if you click on UI customization, you can do a whole lot of stuff. You can go between the dark and the classic mode. I'm going to stick with classic. We're just going to look at tracks right now, and maybe clips. So if I open up tracks, I can kind of adjust the brightness of my tracks or reset it. The track header saturation, that's really what we're talking about in terms of being able to assign colors and see colors on our tracks. So that's really all I'm dealing with here is track header brightness, track header saturation. Right? So saturation needs to be pretty high to be able to see your colors. If you reset it, you'll see it goes back to gray essentially. Okay, so these are the defaults. Now, I don't want all my instrument tracks to be this brown. I want to organize my tracks by the instrument type. So because I'm dealing with drums, so I have a kick, snare, hi-hat, and crash, or really an overhead. I have bass. I have 3 different guitar tracks and 2 different strings tracks and a pad. I wouldn't necessarily organize it this way, but I have my ways. I'm going to deal with the drums first. So I'm going to highlight all my drums, and I'm simply going to click on a different color. And for this demonstration, my drums are going to be this fairly rich blue. And I'm deciding whether I'm just going to tweak my brightness just slightly. All right, my bass I will make red. So I'm simply highlighting the name and choosing a color from the palette here. I'm going to make all my guitars green, my 2 strings, and by the way, I'm holding down Shift to be able to highlight more than one track at a time. I will make that one kind of this teal color, and my pad shall be yellow. My reverb, I will make kind of more of a purplish color. All right. And that's the basic idea, that you're able to, I don't really like how they're looking. The track header is super, super bright. Get my saturation down just slightly. All right. So again, you can kind of really manage this however you'd like. In terms of clips, the idea here is that you can also have your clips in your tracks match the color of the track itself. So if I double click on my track, it's red, and I am going to select my clips again and make them red. I'm going to take all of my guitar clips, at least the ones in view here, and I will choose green. All right, so I have a nice kind of organized session using colors.